You can go ahead and begin.
Journaling is like listening and whispering to oneself at the same time. This is a quote by Nina Murray from Brahms' Dracula. Writing down the things that you feel may seem a little bit childish, but research has shown many positive results from journaling, no matter what age you are. Stress and mental illness seems to be a part of our everyday lives, and journaling effectively has the possibility to provide people with some relief from these issues. So, why do we need to journal? Everybody in here is a high schooler, except for Mrs. Brandt, and I'm sure that even she knows that stress is a part of our everyday lives. In an article, What is Stress? From Mental Health America, some statistics on stress say that over 70% of Americans suffer from actual physical effects from stress, such as headaches or stomach aches or even fatigue, depression, all from just being stressed out and overwhelmed. Along with this, many high schoolers these days have been struggling with mental illness. Recent studies have shown that there's a big boom in things like anxiety and depression, and although we don't really know the cause of it, it's still really prevalent today. So with the big boom of both stress and mental illness related problems, journaling can help by giving you the opportunity to provide some peace and self-reflection into your life. So now we know why we need to journal, but what are the actual benefits of it? Journaling can help you identify stressors. Lisa Tams, who is a medical reviewer, says that when you have a problem and you're stressed, keeping a journal can help you identify what's causing the stress or anxiety. Then once you've identified your stressors, you can work on a plan to resolve the problems and in turn reduce stress. So knowing what's actually stressing you out can help you manage the symptoms of stress. By journaling, you can write down your problems and what's been bugging you, and that can, in turn, help you identify and solve ways to combat that. With mental illness, as I said before, there is a huge boom in it. This can help you manage symptoms. Journaling can help you write about traumatic events if you're struggling with things like PTSD, or it can even help you just get all of your thoughts out onto one page so that you're not so overwhelmed and in your head all the time. Along with this, journaling can help with negative self-image. Many people struggle with seeing themselves as not good enough, or not pretty enough, or smart enough. But by journaling, you can help determine whether things are rational or irrational. The list of benefits for journaling may seem like it goes on forever, but unless you use proper methods to journal, you may not achieve these desired results. So how do you journal effectively? There are a lot of arguments against journaling. They say that journaling can cause you to live in your head or develop a passive observation of your life. So it's not actually passive observation of your life means that it's not actually like you're living it, you're just kind of watching it happen. Some argue that journaling can also cause you to blame instead of solve your problems, or to even wallow in your own self-pity, but there are ways to avoid these. Some tips and tricks for avoiding the aforementioned issues would be to give yourself journal prompts, so that instead of just writing about this one thing, you're actually challenging yourself to come up with ideas of how you think that you can fix it in the future. For example, a prompt that I've always told people to use, because I'm nosy. I said it. A prompt that has been recommended to use has been, what makes you truly happy? That way, you can reflect on yourself and figure out what exactly it is that you should strive for in life. When using the proper techniques, stress and the symptoms of mental illness can be reduced. Studies have shown through journaling effectively, the symptoms of mental illness can be reduced and stress management skills can increase. The big takeaway from all of this is that although journaling may seem a little bit childish, you can use it to better yourself.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you very much. All right, if you could stay put then. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions. Oh, yes.
I wanted to actually add this at the end of my speech because I realized that there's a lot of eyes in this. But I have mini journals for all of you that I'm going to pass out, and I want to challenge you guys to write at least one thing down today, even if it seems stupid. They're just little guys like this. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to go in and start writing like huge monologues, but I think that it would be helpful, especially with finals week coming up, to identify your stressors and maybe plan on how to organize your life.
All right, let's give a round of applause again. No, that's fine, thank you. All right.
Stressor speech.
Yeah, I like speech. Okay, I get it. No love for Mrs. Brandt. I understand. All right, so we've got, I'm sorry, if we have any questions at this time related to journaling or the research or any about this topic, let's go ahead and open them up for Kaitlyn now. And yeah, if you can go ahead and call.
Does using a journal make you feel less stressed?
Personally, it gives me the opportunity to kind of take a step back from what I'm actually looking at, because whenever you're in your head, like I don't know if you feel this way, but it's like you're looking at everything all at one time. But by listing things out and trying to journal and keep your mind set on one thing at a time, it's kind of like organizing yourself to actually see how you're going to get things done, and I find it really cathartic in a way. It's like a release. Yeah.
Okay. So I was like, how does journaling help you to solve your problems rather than just writing them? Like, does it actually, you actually accomplish something with it?
Yes. So in one of the articles that I read, it was showing that there's a lot of help with journaling intrusive thoughts. So intrusive thoughts are basically like the thoughts that, have you ever heard of the call of the void?
No.
Okay, so it's like, especially for people who struggle with like mental illness and stuff, a lot of times like if you're up on a bridge or like in front of traffic or something, your brain, even if you're not feeling inherently bad at the moment, its immediate response will be to jump or like throw yourself there. However, journaling can help you identify the difference between rational and irrational thoughts. So rational thoughts being like, I am struggling with this because of these reasons. Irrational thoughts being like, I'm bad, there's no reason why, I just am. So I find that it helps you just identify that, and in turn, just knowing what is and isn't an issue can help you solve it on your own. Matthew.
How much time per day do you recommend writing in a journal?
I think that it's really important to start off small, otherwise you can get really overwhelmed. So I would start with just maybe 5 minutes, or even just writing down one sentence a day about how you're feeling, and then you can build up to whatever makes you feel comfortable. There's not a set time that you need to be journaling for, but just doing it at all can help.
Anyone else? All right, let's give a round of applause. Thank you very much, Kaitlyn.